Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Magic the Gathering, Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014. I'm Rob.
Are you not Mario?
Hey, it's me, Magic the Gathering, Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014.
I don't know how many accents you just did, but there were probably at least 6 of them in there if you really pick it all apart.
I try. I do try.
You got the vocal range, you got the accents. You're the double threat. I
know voices. You know what can I say?
You do know voices, man. I love that I say things sometimes and then they just become memes for some reason. It's so strange.
That is a great movie title. This summer, Rob is the double threat.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say this summer, Rob knows voices.
I mean, there you go. You just demonstrated it again.
I do know voices though in the summer.
Mostly in the summer.
In a similar way that I know them in the rest of the year as well.
Not so much though when you're on the phone a friend in the.
That's true. I don't do the voices in the phone a friend. It's a good point. Anyway, Magic. I should hit the ready button. I shit the ready.
Are you guys
button.
Ready?
Yeah, I shit it. I shit all over that ready button. I
swear to God. Pick a deck or whatever.
Nah, I'm randoming. If I get Masks of Dimir again, I'm going to stab a hooker. A hooker will die, and I won't be happy about it, but it'll happen. She'll be dead.
Oh, the hell's this deck?
Oh.
I have some unfinished
I have a deck that I don't think I've had in a long time, or I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, actually, me too. So,
all right. Interesting. Those will be fun then.
Watch us all have random the exact same deck. That would be so funny. And I think Austin's just playing Unfinished Business.
He's obsessed with that deck.
I really want that deck to work, huh? I feel like I should just play you that one Mean Girls meme where you stop trying to make Unfinished Business a thing. It's not a thing.
Oh, you got the red Pyro deck or whatever.
Yeah, it's the first time I've had that in a bajillion.
Every time I random, I keep hoping I get that because it'll just be something different, but it never happens.
Yeah, I don't like this deck anyway, actually.
Yeah, it's not that good, but I kind of hope for it anyway.
Whack.
It has the wipes in it.
It does. It wipes your butt for money.
Like Charmin.
Ew.
Oh, God. Did you do the Sign of Darkness thing again? Oh, Demon of Deathgate. All right. Well, that's coming out next turn, by the way, Nick.
No, it isn't.
Wait, what is it? Do I have to worry or what?
He has the demons of Death's Gate. He's got the thing that it's going to summon onto the field.
I forget what that does. What do I do?
I don't think there's anything. Unless you can exile things that are in the graveyard, which I'm pretty certain your deck does not have the capacity to do so, we're screwed. Essentially.
No.
Okay. So we'll just be screwed then, and maybe this episode will be really short.
It could be. Could be extremely short.
Stop it. Stop.
Would you like an egg in this trying time?
I would love an egg in this trying time.
How do you like your eggs? Do you prefer them hard-boiled?
Hard-boiled's good for me.
You know, I will tell you something. I didn't like eggs for a long period of time in my life. Most of my life, honestly. I didn't like eggs.
Tell me about the day when that all changed for you.
It all changed when I discovered that scrambled eggs are actually not bad. You know why, I think? Is because when I was a kid, my dad would give me scrambled eggs, and then he'd, like, cover them in ketchup. And that was fucking disgusting. I think that is so gross to put ketchup on eggs.
What's his problem, really? Like,
why
would he do that?
By the way, that is like the stupidest combo, by the way, that you can get out that card.
Wait, why does he have that? That's dumb.
It's because of Exhume. It takes only fucking 2 mana. And he's got a 9/9 on the field.
I don't want him to have a 9/9.
Yeah, it's got flying and trample too, so, you know.
Why can't I just get rid of it, though?
No, you can't.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you can actually. That card doesn't work.
Yeah, Bramble Crush won't do it. But at least we know that you have Bramble Crush. So that's good to know, I guess.
Why can't it be targeted?
Bramble Crush. Because Bramble Crush read card only destroys lands, I think.
Yeah, well, I think it says, like, non-creature. I thought that said non-green or something. I didn't even read that very well. Okay, well, that's my turn. You revealed your own hand, Nick. I think you're gonna have to kill yourself now.
What?
Yeah, you did.
Destroy a land now.
Yeah, don't do that. It's better to keep the Bramble Crush. It's actually a pretty good card. Just can't kill
nice,
one.
yeah.
Well, it's non-creature, so that means it could be an artifact or an enchantment as well, right?
Yeah. Yep. It can do just that.
No, it can't. You're a liar.
Nuh-uh.
I think you lie. I think you tell funny lies in games. Game lies.
I wish I was smart enough to play Magic in such a way that revealing that Bramble Crush was actually my strategy.
Next level strats. I was just
Wish I
watching
was
actually
like
on Twitch. They had a live Magic the Gathering tournament, and I was like, uh-oh, he revealed your hand, Nick.
I revealed your hand,
Just
Nick.
kill me, man. No.
Just put it all on. Make it end. I don't even care anymore. All right, he's got the Sentinel spell.
Great.
That's a
I wasn't
great
gonna have
card.
enough mana for that for a long time anyway.
What did he get rid of? I don't even know.
Who cares?
He's got Overrun. Overrun's really good.
Nah, it's really bad because I don't have it.
Draw a card for each creature. Oh, that's the one he got rid of, huh?
It looks that way.
Oh, no, he got rid of Regal Force.
If I was Austin, though, what I would do is I would just take any card that I want and I would put it out into play at any time with any amount of land. But I'm not Austin, so I can't do that.
Black
Yeah,
decks in Magic are like the biggest bullshit ever.
Blue is still the
Oh, it's
worst.
my turn. Fuck, I'm sorry.
Yeah, blue is a pretty big piece of bullshit.
You should hit me
too.
for 9 right now, by the way.
No, I'm gonna hit Rob.
You gonna hit
Come
me
on.
for 9?
Don't
I
hit
can
Rob. What did he
block
do to
that.
deserve this?
I revealed your hand, Nick.
Take only 8 damage, so suck it. How about that?
Yeah, now you only have 8. See that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's back to 9
This
again.
is gonna be a 5-minute Magic episode.
Oh,
That very well may be, actually.
Yeah.
we could talk for 20 minutes at the end and
Yeah,
lighten
we
it up.
could, yeah.
What do you want to talk about? Eggs? We already did that.
Eggs.
How about you suck an egg?
Why eggs?
Someone said,
Nick?
I was watching a streamer and they said that thing sucks dog eggs. Didn't know what that meant. And then
The
I
balls.
was, yeah,
The
it's the
bollocks.
dog ball. It's dog bollocks, yeah. So that's
Dog
the thing.
bollocks.
It was a Chappelle Show thing, I think, and he said his balls look like perfectly smooth eggs.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Eggs.
Nix.
Eggs. Said a Nettie joke. Ed Nettie, anybody? No?
Yeah, I watched that.
No, shut
Look
your
at you, I
fucking
like that
mouth,
show.
Austin. How about
The
that?
red guy was really annoying. I didn't like him. But I was kind of like the one that wore the hat.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a friend that was like the silly one. So I saw myself in that little world a little bit. Just except for the red guy. I didn't find him interesting.
Who was the red
The
guy?
car salesman one. The Fast Eddie guy.
I liked this. I think this was in a different show, but the devil that walked on his butt.
Oh, yeah, that was Cow and Chicken.
Cow and
Yeah.
Chicken, yes, that was a good dude. That was a good show, except it kind of wasn't.
It had its moments.
Yeah, it was kind of a bad show. You know, it was an excellent show. Was Rocco's Modern Life? That was
It really was.
legitimately good.
Really way ahead of its time in surrealness.
Rocco's
It was
Modern
jumping
Life.
off of that whole Ren and Stimpy thing, but it actually managed to do it in a less... I don't know if I should say... I don't think rude is the right word to use. It was somewhat more intelligent in its sarcasm,
What are we
I
talking about?
guess. Rocco's Modern Life versus Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah, I didn't really like Ren and Stimpy. It's too no subtlety to
Too
Ren and Stimpy.
sophomorish.
Yeah, yeah. This is really quite sophomorish, I'd have to say. But yeah, no, there's no. I don't know. Ren and Stimpy was just too. No subtlety to the humor
Yeah.
that
Agreed.
made it kind of not good.
What about Courage the Cowardly Dog? You ever watch that one?
Oh, I
That's a
love that show.
Great show.
Me too.
Creep me the hell out a lot, though.
My friend used to know the creator, and he was insane. Apparently.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't get over how cool it is that Pendleton Ward knows Northern Lion on Twitter. Like,
Yeah,
and that he
it's
watches
pretty
Let's
cool.
Plays that he makes. That I'm like one person removed from that guy is so weird to me.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Pendleton Ward, by the way, in case you guys didn't know,
Venture Time.
is Venture Time creator. So I guess bye, you guys. I'm gonna.
Are we already saying our goodbyes? We've only barely begun.
Well, I mean, I am. I'm dead.
Only just begun. Copyright claim.
It's over. This video's done.
That's
It's
it,
been such a long time. I think I should be
Video, the
going.
whole channel's done.
Yeah, it's gone.
Why stop at the video, really?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty silly that he can have a 9-9 out on turn 3, and on turn
No,
like,
he
7,
deserves it.
Turn 7, I
can-
have like almost 9 damage output.
You
for
know how the
all my
Force works,
creatures.
right? Because that's basically the same thing.
Yeah, essentially.
You just wave your hand in front of our
there.
eyes, and we don't know anymore.
Well, there's
Oh.
your big thing coming
You
back
gonna
from
take
the
the
grave.
thing that Rob put in my graveyard?
No, that was him that put it
Oh,
in
he did
graveyard.
that.
Actually, yeah.
All right.
It actually isn't that good. It's only a 5.5.
Yeah, it's mostly about hurting my pride, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
I think
scene in
that's
Pulp
part of it,
Fiction,
yeah.
you're like, that's pride fucking with you. Basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Can I block for Rob?
Yeah, I wish.
No, I can't. Darn. Well, it has trample, so let's just go ahead and take it.
Well, I'm
Played
dead.
it. Might as well kill my creature and also take damage. No, I'll just take the damage. What are you?
What are you?
Oh, that's not better.
Oh, sorry.
Eh. Kind of here nor there, really, at this point.
I will
What do you
say,
have
I
over
swear
here?
to
Anything
God,
good?
If I see anyone being like, you should have probably played this thing and that. Or
Yeah, no, that's
like, there is absolutely nothing that I could have done to stop my death here.
I was even trying to stop stuff for you because this is just silly.
Yeah.
And I don't think I could have even done it either. Even the both of us together couldn't have made a difference here.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Fuck your
Bramble.
hand.
Oh! You crushed my bramble.
I did. I certainly did.
A bramble is like a bush, right?
Yeah, basically a bush.
It's a
But
bramble
with like
bush.
a pricker in it, like a, spiky bush.
Nick?
Excuse me?
Why did you kill your creature? I guess it doesn't really matter.
Oh, because I'm about to lose anyway.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Well, bye, Nick. It was fun while it lasted.
It wasn't very long that we had that fun.
It wasn't really fun while it lasted, to be totally honest with you.
I had fun.
Austin had fun.
Austin
Alright,
had some
that's-
fun. That's good.
Had fun. My business was finished. I finished
Alright.
my business, guys. I can play other decks now.
Well,
Hooray! Okay, so if anything, we just gave you that one so you could go ahead and pick a new deck.
yeah, we
course.
actually gave you that win.
We
I don't
totally
know
gave
if
you that. Like, we decided
nothing
beforehand,
about
me and
that
Rob,
win. Yeah.
like in a
You
side
won.
Skype conversation, we just decided we'll just, like, have that
Well-
one.
It's the first time I've won in like 10 episodes, actually.
Really?
So I was playing that deck for a while, and I hadn't won before
Yeah.
that deck, too.
That was the decisive victory that I thought I was going to have on the last game, only you just had it. You just had it.
Yeah,
Rob,
there's
the whole thing.
absolutely nothing that we could do. I mean, if you have that one combo that costs like 2 mana to get a 9/9 creature out on turn 3, then it's like, well, you win this one, I guess. Dice rolls.
Yeah, Exhum's a pretty silly card.
And I don't even know what was in my deck. I don't even know which deck that was.
This is the original green deck.
The original green. So did I have anything in there that could have helped me in that situation? Probably not.
Now,
No, you both didn't have any really exile or kill cards. Just tend to lie around the blue and white decks.
well, I mean, I had one thing, but it required
Requires
other.
land.
Well, yeah, exactly. It requires land as balance is concerned in Magic,
Yep.
where it requires land for things. But sometimes Magic's just like, oh, remember that balancing thing that we do where it requires a lot of land to do something very powerful? Nah.
Eh.
Let's just forget that rule.
Well, I had like one
So-
thing as well, and then Austin decided actually I'll just use the force on you and just take it and put it out on my side. And who the hell
Yeah.
cares about cards in whose deck, right? I'll just
Yeah.
take the ones I want.
Man, this is like the fastest Magic episode I think we've ever had.
I'm not
Well,
actually
12
salty,
minutes.
by the way, viewers. I'm actually
No, yeah,
fine.
me either.
This is just hilarious to me, that's all.
Do you guys actually, since it was so short, you guys want to just do another one right now?
That messed with some people.
I don't know if they can handle that.
They can handle too. We actually did that like way back in the day when we first started.
Yeah, when it
the
was just you
series.
and me.
Yeah, because sometimes it would be like 10 minutes long. It'd be like, it's probably not good for a video. We could always just talk for another 15 minutes as well.
We could do that too.
Yeah.
What do you
guys
want to talk about,
talking
Rob?
Well, boobs. I
Boob-
like
Oh, and
boobs.
butts.
Big,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
fan of boobs. Also butts. I like both of those things. I think they're very fun. Fun to play with your hands, and your feet too. Oh, God,
Who do you think came up with the banana hammock as an idea?
Ooh, I don't know, but I will tell you that in high school we used to
That
buy
is
each
already
other-
good.
we used to buy each other. Honestly, any story I tell from high school is hilarious because I had a fun time in high school. But anyway, we used to buy each other joke gifts, and we would just buy each other joke banana hammocks all the time. And by the way, in case you guys didn't know what a banana hammock was, banana hammock is a male G-string. So anyway, the one that I got for my birthday was a tuxedo banana hammock, and it had the little bow tie on the front, and then it even had coattails in the back on the string.
Terrific.
It was fantastic. It was an excellent banana hammock.
I don't know if that's better or worse than the elephant trunk, but they're both pretty up there.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. We didn't have any of that though, because that
Also,
would
a banana hammock that is just a banana.
that would be good too. Yeah, I could see that. You got to put your long floppy dong in the banana though. Is the main thing, I think. This is just put your big floppy chub-like dong. Right
is the thing that Borat wore in the movie, would that qualify as a banana hammock, or is that its own subclassification of banana hammock?
I don't remember.
That is a
remember
banana
he went
hammock plus.
naked.
It was like the V-shape thing that went over his shoulders and then around his crotch.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's a banana hammock.
Kind of like
That's
a
different
big
thing.
old slingshot.
Yeah, it's a sling dick, sling balls, sling nuts, sling scrotum.
I wonder how
sack.
strong that
Sling
thing. You
sack.
could probably
Sling
launch
sack, sack
something.
sling. That should be a sack sling. Sling sack sounds better, but you know.
So if you're wearing a banana hammock and then you get an actual hammock, it's like a meta hammock.
What if you're wearing a banana hammock and you're in a hammock eating bananas?
Oh my god, my brain just
I
exploded.
can't.
What if
With
it's actually a banana in pajamas, but under his pajamas is a banana hammock, and he's in a hammock, and he's committing cannibalism by eating other bananas?
What if the hammock was in between two banana trees?
Holy
What if you're also
shit.
smuggling plums at the same time?
I'm always smuggling plums.
I can feel it down on my plum.
I can feel it down in my plums.
I can feel it down my plums.
God.
We all had to say it as basically.
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah. That's like the best blooper reel of anything ever in the history of Forever Time. Like,
Special
seriously.
2 plums for 1.
And the
Getting
boy
ready for
came
the
in.
farmer's market.
And the boy came in, and my wife said, "Oh, get him out of here." And I said, "No. Let the boy watch."
There were so many W's and H's at the beginning of that word.
I know, it's amazing.
Watch.
Watch.
Let the boy watch.
I don't think you're gonna say hatch,
God.
and then you don't.
I know, exactly, but then I don't do it. Because that's how much of a man I am. I don't say my H's. Actually, you know what's funny? Another Britishism, since I talked about the Britishism in the last episode. Did you guys notice that British people pronounce H as H? You guys ever notice that?
Yep.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I realized that watching Yogscast a long time ago whenever they would say HP.
Yeah, they say
H.P.
HP.
Lovecraft.
HP Love. That's how they would say it. They say HP. HP Lovecraft. It's
How do you
it's
do Doctor
kinda
Who then?
strange.
Is it like Doctor Who?
No,
I don't know how to do
I think that's Boston.
H2.
Dr. fucking Who. Hey,
Hey,
I'm
shoot,
gonna
Doctor-
watch Dr. Who. Hey.
Oh my god, I saw
Cool.
Jon Stewart when he did that.
What, making fun of Dr.
He
Who?
always
or-
does that generic city voice.
I know. I like doing it
Sounds
too.
like
It's
that.
fun. Yeah, it's a good voice to go back to.
Do you know a lot of people that do the generic city voice?
Like in real life, that actually
Yeah.
do it.
You do? Oh. No?
Well, some of my family, yeah, but that's because I also
Your mother
family's-
does it. I've heard your mother
Yeah.
talk. She does it.
She does a bit, yeah. But I mean, that's kind of just how she speaks. She's,
Yeah.
I mean, I have an Italian family is the thing, and that's also like that's the typical Italian New Yorker, and
Yeah, I
So
understand.
it's actually, I kind of do by accident sometimes, which is odd for me.
I'm not sure I've ever heard that.
Well, it's only when I get angry.
Oh, okay.
When I get angry, then
You don't want to hear me angry. I turn into a city person.
I turn into a typical Italian Brooklyn New Yorker.
No, I mean, I know how it is. I was originally from Long Island, and Long Island has the whole Long Island thing, so I
Yeah, that's
mean,
true.
yeah, I know. It's just,
Yeah.
it's not everybody's like that, but you catch little pockets every now and then.
Yeah. Sometimes even just your mannerisms are just kind of like, ooh, that's ugly. I should
Do people around the country know about, like, the city thing and the Long Island thing, or is that
No,
just,
not
like,
at all.
around
I
here?
highly doubt it. I would highly doubt it. I mean, considering the the fact that people from New York City don't even understand what upstate New York is like.
Right.
Like, seriously, I don't know how much more I can stress that that is like Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country up there for me. Like, I have no idea.
Right, upstate to them is, like, what, the Bronx or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, actually, even the Bronx is confusing because it's the Bronx, right? And then it becomes Riverdale, which is the really so it's like really harsh, hardcore ghetto, like really intense South Bronx and like upper like Dykeman projects and stuff in the upper East Side, and like the Bronx is like really fucked up, and no one goes to that borough because it's terrifying. And then like even Yankee Stadium's scary, and people with knives hanging around outside playing dice, and like they're cats in suits snapping and walking towards you and stuff.
Yeah, snack with the butterfly knives. I know.
Exactly.
It's like West Side Story basically.
It's terrifying. And then you go like 5-10 blocks a little bit farther out of the ghetto, nicest part of New York City. Like $1 million plus, like $15 million homes, like Riverdale, and then it goes into
the Botanical Gardens, right? Like those are in the Bronx, but like how far in are they? Do you know?
I actually have I don't think I've ever. Well, I've probably been to the Botanical Gardens once when I was a small child, and then I think we were robbed, so we never went back.
Oh wow!
No, I'm kidding, obviously.
No.
But, yeah, well, I mean, I have been robbed multiple times before, but I mean that's part of being.
Oh, you're robbed every day, all day.
Exactly, that's true. I'm robbed all the time. But yeah, no, but being mugged, that's kind of part of living in New York City. It's not really that big of a deal either. A lot of people think, a lot of people are like, whoa, you've been mugged? Well, whenever I tell people that.
Are we going to have this conversation again?
Yeah, well, have we done that in the Magic episode?
Yeah, and I really don't believe you should think that it's normal to be mugged.
It's totally normal. Like, it's a thing. It happens. It's not dangerous most of the time. Usually it's just kids. Or it's like, just some fucking asshole who just wants $5. It's like, all right, fine. You could just hold a cup out, and I'd probably still give you the $5, bro. But all right, if you want to hold a knife on me, sure. Here's $5. Enjoy.
I just don't think that's acceptable in this day and age that people are threatening each other with violence for money. I just think that's a bad idea, and you shouldn't think that that's normal.
Well, I suppose depending upon the place that you get mugged in really changes the context of the mugging, really. I mean, if you get mugged in the South Bronx or like Dykeman Projects, then you're probably in serious, considerable danger for your life and stuff. Not necessarily your life, but at least your well-being.
Right.
Because they regularly beat up old
people. And if you
don't
live in the city, you don't know the difference between those, so I think you would imagine you're probably in the worst one all the time, and that's what I would do anyway.
That's true. I don't know. There are nice muggers, too. I've been mugged by nice muggers.
Wouldn't a nice mugger be someone who doesn't mug you?
Well, then he wouldn't be a mugger. That's the mugger's paradox.
Right, how do they get that classification? I think that's sort of, those two things are at odds with each other.
Yeah, so that they go, give me all your money, please.
Yeah.
Hey? Maybe it's not like Canadian mugging.
Yeah, it's Canadian. Actually, I think that's a Whitest Kids You Know skit, is the Canadian mugging. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Also,
could I just have all your money there, buddy?
Being from the South, what are you guys talking about?
Wait, do you think it's normal to be mugged?
No.
And do you think you should accept that?
Absolutely not.
Right. Well, I mean, what are you going to do about it?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
That's sort of, I think that's sort of what it is.
I guess it's one of those adapt or don't things, so I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of like, well, that's just the thing that you're going to have to deal with, so you should probably not freak out every time it happens, because it's probably just something that you're going to have to encounter at multiple points in your life if you live in New York City. That's just something that it will probably happen to you. And it's not scary. Don't be afraid. Just because some asshole pulls a knife on you doesn't mean he wants to stab you, because he totally doesn't. Because nobody wants to go to jail for the rest of their life for the $20 you have in your back pocket. So, really, oftentimes I get, like, if I ever get mugged, it's usually I'm in negotiating mode where it's like, well, I need some money to get on the train, bros, but I could give you this. Obviously, you don't do that, by the way. Just the general rule, don't do that. My friend tried to do that, where he'd, like, pulled out a money clip of, like, $60. It's like, well, I'll give you these 20, and they just took all his money. It's like, why would you do that? I just pulled out the money that I had in my back pocket, because I kept the extra money in my wallet, and be like, oh, yeah, here's fucking $10. That's all I got. Sorry. See ya. I don't know.
But you don't know if the dude's unstable. You don't know what his deal is.
I mean, if a guy's, like, shivering and on crack or something, then obviously don't negotiate with the man. I mean, it's really case-to-case basis. But if it's a bunch of kids who come around and they just, like, pull a knife out, it's like, they're not going to fucking stab you. Because nobody wants to stab anybody. You know what? Despite being hard or being a badass or whatever, nobody wants to stab anybody else. Especially if you have a knife, because nobody wants to get in a knife fight, because nobody wins in a knife fight. Nobody wins.
I'm positive that there are people out there in the world that want to stab people, yes.
Well, yeah, but they probably won't ask you for your money first if they really wanted to stab you. Mm-hmm. In all likelihood.
But there are other mitigating factors that we're not considering here. There's the whole gang violence thing, and there's, like, the whole peer pressure thing.
Yeah, true. But I will say in New York City, for the most part, unless you're in, like, East New York or, again, like Dykeman Projects or something, some bad place like that, you really aren't going to have gangs be a considerable factor. Honestly, organized crime, for the most part, doesn't exist in New York City anymore. I mean, there is the place near my house, the Junkyard, that's owned by the Mafia. But, you know, again, it, like, doesn't really matter. They're mostly a legitimate business now, the Mafia. It's sort of like what happens in Godfather 3, where, you know, he's just like...
clean.
Yeah, they go clean, you know, after some time. You make more money that way anyway. So, yeah, the organized crime doesn't really super exist anymore. There are stupid kids, though, who like, you know, will listen to some guy be like, yeah, you gotta go beat the shit out of that guy. And you'll get beat up sometimes, too. That happens. My friend actually... got fucked up real bad in the park one time because a bunch of kids jumped him for some reason. It's being kids, basically.
Yeah. I still think that's bullshit. I don't think you should have to live in fear of that kind of thing.
Well, he didn't really live in fear. They beat the shit out of a lot of them.
Well, I've visited the city a bunch of times, and thankfully I haven't ever had anything like that happen to me, but I don't like knowing that if I go there, that's a thing I have to really consider that could happen. Because right now I'm in basically no threat of that happening where I am.
Right. Well, but you are in threat of, like, a serial killer breaking into your house.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
as we all are.
Well, yeah. But less so, I think, in New York City. Probably. Maybe.
If only by virtue of the amount of numbers of people that are there.
Right, yeah. I'd much rather have the chance of being mugged and someone take the amount of pocket money that I have on me, rather than having my skin peeled off and worn as a suit.
Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a slippery slope argument in there somewhere.
Maybe. But still, you know.
And then there's those things, like, everywhere you go, you pretty much have somebody trying to, like, sell you something that you don't want, or, like, put something in your hand and then get money for it.
Yeah.
Like, just crossing the street, somebody's giving you their rap album, and I'm like, okay, I don't really want to engage with that. And then you got to develop that whole other persona where you ignore all people and become sort of like a lifeless shell when you're walking around, and that's really strange, too.
You also have to have no visible emotion on your face when you walk around New York City as well. That's part of it.
Yeah, people just talk to you for some reason, like, with nothing to say.
You can't smile in New York City, because if you smile in New York City, then somebody's going to come up and try to talk to you about something, so you don't really do that. You have to look like you would beat someone up if they talk to you. That's the general
Well, it depends where you are, too.
Yeah, it does, but I mean...
I was usually around touristy places, like, you know, art galleries and shit, where it's not like you're really in that huge danger.
No, you're never, yeah. Honestly, most of New York, you're not in a huge danger most of the time. Like, New York's not as scary as it once was, like, in the 80s and stuff.
But the fact that you've brought up that this is, like, a real thing that people that live in the city have to deal with, you know, getting mugged on a regular basis, that is a thing that people who don't get mugged on a regular basis would consider an impediment.
But perhaps I've been exaggeratory. I don't think that's a word, but I've just made it up. But it sounds cool, doesn't it? Say it. Just say it right now.
Exaggeratory? It could be a real thing.
It sounds good, right? Anyway, so yeah, but it's not like a regular thing that you've gotten mugged. I mean, like, of all my time living in New York City, which is, 22 years now, I've been mugged like 3 times, 4 times. So it's not like super common, but it is something that happens. And then again, you also have to consider that it's probably more common in a person who's 22 years old, because people are more likely to mug a small, like a younger, weaker person, as opposed to someone who's older and looks like they maybe know how to handle themselves and potentially fight back if something happens. You really go for the weakest common denominator. That's why old people always get robbed and beat up and stuff for their money, is because it's easy.
Just throwing that out there. Exaggeratory, totally a word.
Is it a word?
Yeah.
Huh. Did you look it up?
Involving exaggeration. Yeah. You can either say exaggerative or exaggeratory.
Huh. Exaggeratory sounds way cooler.
It does.
Yeah, it's not a bad word.
The English language is one of those languages, or I guess I can't really speak to any sort of
one of those languages. I know more.
But I'm just saying, English is nice because you can not know a word and just, have the general rules and just be like, yeah, fuck it, exaggeratory, probably a word. Makes sense with other words.
And if you're insistent enough, you can just create your own words and eventually they get added to the dictionary anyway.
Yeah, like
truthiness.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, or that.
Shakespeare, the
Or
lexicon.
if you're adamant enough about it, you can totally change the definitions of words. What's the one? Literally,
Yeah.
literally
Means figuratively.
Yeah, literally means literally figuratively, which is figuratively literally. Nah.
You know,
I like
you know
that.
what's funny too, actually, now that you mention changing the meanings of words, we seem to exaggerate a lot of those exaggeratory words, like fantastic, say. You know, fantastic, I don't know if you guys know this, but fantastic actually means having or
fantasy.
dealing with fantasy, right? Like, so like dragons or, you know, knights in shining armor and stuff like that. That's what it's supposed to mean, but you say fantastic if something's good. The other thing that's actually really interesting, do you know decimate? Do you know that so like say you're saying, I talked about this recently in an Isaac video, when you say decimate, and you say like, oh yeah, this disease decimated a population, you think, oh, it killed most of the population, right? That's what you hear in your head. That's not actually true.
Like, of a decimal place?
Yeah, no, it actually means that you've killed about 1/10 of the population.
Yeah.
It's a decimate, because that's what deci means. In fact, you could say it octomated them. It killed 80% of the population, which would make more sense if you were trying to be, were trying to, you know, use hyperbole to explain your point. But
then you get into colloquial language, and then we remember that all words mean whatever we decide they mean at any given moment. And
pretty much,
now that's what that means.
Yep. Yeah, decimate just means fuck things up real bad, but it doesn't
badass
really mean
way
that.
to say beat the shit out of something.
Yeah, exactly. And really, the word actually means kind of bad. Like, it kind of fucked it up a little bit.
Yeah, I would say 1/10 of something is not enough to say that, you know, it's totally messed up.
Yeah.
Sure.
You guys want to hear the story of me not knowing a word and embarrassing myself in front of people?
Depends if you want to tell that story.
Yeah, the word in question is raise, not R-I-A-S-E, but R-A-Z-E.
Right.
Never heard raise before at the time, and one of my friends had written a story, and he was reading it to us. It was like just a joke story, and the word raise was used. He said something along the lines of he raised the city to the ground, and I was really confused. So out loud to them, I said, "How would you raise something up to the ground?" Yeah, that was not a good idea because they couldn't stop laughing.
Well, obviously you didn't play enough RTS games as a child, because
Clearly no.
Often when you play an RTS game and you look at the stats after the game, it'll show buildings raised. That's right.
Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what it said in StarCraft anyway. I played a lot of StarCraft when I was a kid.
Hey, Austin, who's listening to that Magic episode? Is that you?
No, it probably is. Not.
It's not you. All right.
It's not.
Oh, it was me. It was me.
Oh,
I
you
really
fucker.
wanted to do it. That'd be really funny if you actually were listening to it.
Well, technically we are. It's just we're
Like on a
idiots.
feedback loop through my own head.
That's meta,
Yeah.
man. That's like next level.
It's like the Streamception thing, only with audio.
Oh, then everybody disliked the video. You can't say the Inception joke anymore. People get mad.
People have a real love-hate relationship with Streamception. They're so excited by it for a second, and then they get angry.
Yeah.
I don't really understand the second part.
Yeah. It's probably the multiple layers of, or levels of grief or whatever.
Oh, the 5 stages of grief. Yes.
Yeah. Denial, destruction, decimation.
Decimation,
Dildos.
dildos, and then creamy dildos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dildos. Those are the good
5
ones.
stages of grief.
I'm pretty sure there were like 6 too. Is the other the added
I
layer?
think it's
to
5.
that. Was it 5? It would
No,
have
it
been
was 5.
better.
I played
if
a
it
game
was
that
6.
said it was 5, so I'm gonna believe that it was that.
Oh, okay. No. I meant the ones that we gave, the joke.
Oh,
answers that
what we
were
just
like
said.
probably like 6 of them. So
Well, I mean, if
we'll just
creamy
name it-
dildos is number
okay.
6, I don't really want to be wrong.
they were the 5 or 6 stages too.
yeah, the 5 or 6
depending on
stages.
the moment.
Oh, you know that old scientific standby, the 5 or 6 stages of grief. You know, depending on who you are, the dildos and the creamy dildos.
Dildo Baggins.
Dildo Gaggins, actually, is his
Yeah,
name.
you're right.
That's when he
he's doing
gags
next
on the dildo. People were watching The Desolation of Smog. I haven't seen that yet. I want to.
It's Smog.
Oh, right, it's Smog. Yeah.
Smog.
I forgot. You guys don't watch Sherlock, do you? Shartlock?
Shartlock. I do
Shartlock.
not watch Shartlock, but that
You
is
should
my
watch
favorite
Matlock.
show
You should watch
about
Sharklock.
Flintlock.
It's a
Picklock.
show about where they take lockers out of sharks' bellies and they open them up and see what's inside, but the producers actually put stuff inside beforehand so that it's something interesting to do for
one of
the
those
show.
TLC shows.
Yeah, exactly. Too little
And then
coverage.
they value the price of it inside. I can probably give you about $30 for that.
I love when they find like an old Nintendo system in one of those lockers and they're like, man, I remember hearing about that when I was younger. It must be worth $10,000.
Oh, my parents loved watching Pawn Stars. They loved it.
Yeah, I don't know which one I liked more. I liked all of them a little bit.
I always assumed that the
because
show
it's all bullshit.
It is,
No,
but
no, no,
it's
see, that's
hilarious.
exactly- I'm gonna tell a story. I always thought the shows had some validation to them, like they weren't horribly fake, because they seemed legitimate. They did seem pretty legitimate. There was nothing that was like, wow, there's no way that person would sell that or that
Was
wouldn't
Pawn
be.
Stars the one in Chicago?
No, Las Vegas.
Oh, which one am I thinking of then? There's one where they were like in Detroit or something.
It's probably the one
That
that
might
might open the
be, like-
storage lockers or something.
No, it was a pawn shop store thing.
Oh, there's there's one that's like Super Pawn or Crazy Pawn or something.
Yeah, I'll probably think of it.
But anyway, when I found out that Pawn Stars was total bullshit was when Pat the NES nerd was on it, selling his gold World Champions cart. And I was like, that fucker spent his whole life looking for that fucking cart. There's no way he'd be selling it. And that cart is worth like $30,000. And he spent so long looking for it. It was the whole Angry Video Game Nerd did a whole video about it too. And it was like, the dude lowballed him an offer of like, and it was the Chum Lee guy, the guy who doesn't really even deal with that. Lowballed him at like 20 or like I think it was like 15 or 18,000. I was like, first off, that guy's not supposed to be like doing those deals anyway, apparently from other episodes. And this is a very, very valuable, the second most rare NES game ever, and worth tens of thousands of dollars. You think they'd take this one more seriously?
I'm surprised they would even do that for that show, considering most of the population watching it would have no idea what it is and be like, why is this stupid fucking game worth that much money?
I don't know. All those reality shows seemed pretty clear to me. I like my mom actually gets mad at me because she watches all those reality shows, and whenever I see her watching one, I yell at her about how bad it is. But she gets mad at me because she actually thought that one show 1,000 Ways to Die. She thought that was real. Thought that had real. Yeah, she thought that was like based on true stories.
Isn't that on like Spike TV?
Yeah, and it's like one, you don't ever learn the names of the people involved, so that should be the first telling bit. And then the second telling bit is like when a meteor comes crashing down from the sky and impales a man in the heart. That never fucking happened. Of course that never happened. But anyway, so like with the Pawn Stars and stuff, like with like Pawn Stars and stuff, like I always find it funny because reality TV now is basically, remember all that old shit that your grandma used to watch? That's all just that shit. They're just repackaging it.
Stories.
Pawn Stars is straight up Antiques Roadshow. That's all it is. It's Antiques Roadshow. It's what your grandma used to watch.
Show.
Yeah, I know.
Antiques Roadshow is still going on. There was
I know
a Reddit
it is,
post
but that's
about
because the
some
old
guy
people are
who
still alive. But
there was a Reddit post about some guy who had $1 million worth of was it rhino horn? What are they? Cups.
boners.
You totally
Man
can't
of, like,
sell that
rhino
shit
horn?
at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's all
Well, no,
illegal.
No, it was legal for him apparently because they were made before like 1900s.
Oh, we got a
I see,
license.
like
A license for it.
You got some ricin.
Got some.
Well, apparently,
illegal.
if the cups were made before they were illegal to make, then the cups are totally
Yeah, I
legal.
got you.
And the rest of this reality TV, like whatever the Real Housewives of Buttland and like the
Oh
fucking
God,
Jersey
that
Shore-
show is physically painful to watch.
Yeah, it's
My
but you
mother
know
would
what it
watch
is?
that show.
You know what that is? That's so your grandma used to watch. You know what your grandma used to watch? She used to watch Days of Our Lives. She used to watch.
Our Lives is still on, by the way.
I know.
My
Well,
mom
again,
watches that too.
just like the Antiques Roadshow, the old people are still alive and they still watch it. But the reality TV show is for 20-year-olds and it's just soap operas. It's the same thing. It's a poorly written show with exaggerated characters that don't really exist and can never exist.
Can you
And that's all
explain
it
to me
is.
how moonshiners exist, by the way?
What is
Yeah,
moonshiners?
I don't understand that. It is
Moonshiners?
completely illegal to make moonshine, yet there's a show about people making moonshine.
Oh, that's probably because they're not actually fucking making moonshine. Like that's probably
That's
why.
like a lot of work to make all of that shit happen to not actually make the moonshine.
Yeah, I mean, you're watching, right? So you probably make way more money.
No, I'm really not
making
watching,
the
but I
watching
just
the
think
show.
it's weird.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't
You know
know.
what's scary, just frighteningly popular where I live now? Duck Dynasty.
It's all over, man.
What is
They
Duck
got duct
Dynasty?
tape.
What is-
Apparently, a bunch of like really podunk Southern dudes made millions of dollars selling duck calls and created a business, and they're still crazy Southern dudes. So
It's
that must
all
be-
about their personalities, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
So like a Top Gear
And they're-
type of thing.
There's Duck Dynasty merchandise everywhere in this area. It's scary. It's really scary.
Yeah, they got good
Merchandise?
merchandising deals. I mean, they have like tape
Yeah, like-
with the names on them. It's really strange.
Yeah.
What
No, it's-
kind of market is there for duck calls?
They don't sell duck calls though, really. I mean, unless they do, but I mean that's not where they're getting most
they
of their
did.
money.
That's how they made their
No.
millions of dollars.
I mean, in the merchandising deal that they have is for all other things too.
yeah, shirts and hunting stuff and
I remember Meerkat Manor. That's what I thought
Right.
Duck Dynasty was. I thought
Like
it
a
was just
story
like,
about ducks.
Yeah, I thought it was just they would just follow a family of ducks being ducks. I
Wow,
guess
that would have been such a better idea.
I
watched
thought that's what that was. Duck Dynasty. It sounds
except
like it.
ducks are awfully horrible creatures.
They
that
are,
tend
actually.
That's
yeah.
true. They rape all the
their
time.
mates,
All the
yeah.
A lot of raping.
And their vaginas are like a maze,
Yeah,
Yeah.
their vaginas.
which is
are-
a reason not to like them for some reason. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
well, their vaginas are springs and the penises are springs, and you know how it works is like the springs have to interlock, and that's their anti-rape mechanism. Is
It's like a maze, though.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, it's a spring, and it's like a circular or like a spirally dick and a spirally duck vagina, and
Yeah.
when they touch, if the male duck's trying to rape the female duck, if the female duck thinks or like the female duck is actually not a genetic match for the duck, then they won't lock in properly, and if they don't, they can't have duck rape sex. So they don't. And
don't
That
that's
is
how-
lock in
some
properly.
science.
that's how duck rape happens. I know. I should be a teacher. I should.
I just imagine you showing, like, taking apart a doorknob and being like, so the tuck lock won't occur if this orientation. They're
Yeah.
really strange
Yeah.
mechanics to the world.
Yeah, duck rape. Anyway, it is a really long outro to a magic video.
Yeah, people are gonna be real confused, thinking this is wow, another long magic episode. Must have been a doozy.
Yeah, we easily could have talked for another hour about reality TV.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, it'd be fairly easy. But anyway, we should probably cut it because it's probably already pretty long for a magic episode in general, really.
Yeah.
So,
Meh.
yeah,
Man's
Yeah.
a duck call.
man's a duck tall, yeah.
Quack.
Honk.
Man's a
Honk.
goose.
I
It's
much
goose.
prefer goose calls because they sound hilarious.
That
Honk.
Quack.
Honk.
was a little more donkey, sorry.
Fucking geese. Geese are assholes. I used to try to punch geese because they're assholes.
They'll bite your dick off, man. Don't
I
get
know,
too
that's
close.
why you gotta punch them in the mouth so that they know who's
They don't
who's
learn.
The boss.
They just get more angry.
I know. You gotta punch them harder in the mouth, Nick. Just gotta
Then their
punch
head will
geese.
come back and swing you and bite your dick off on the way back
It's true.
over.
It's
Don't
very
do it.
true.
Kids, don't punch them. It's not
Don't
worth
punch geese. That's
The
if
more
you,
you know.
if you learned anything from this magic
Oh,
series,
copyright.
don't punch geese. Anyway, I
it.
think
Don't
that's
even
a
hang out where they live. It's
good
bad.
outro. My school used to be next to a goose park.
Don't go to school then.
Yeah, just stay away from that school.
Stay
from
away.
geese. Just don't do
Don't
it.
go there.
Transfer
There was this
schools.
one girl. Okay, there was this one girl I knew who. Sorry, there was another part to the story that I had to reason in my head whether or not I should say it on camera, and I totally won't. But anyway, birds hated her whole life. Birds just didn't like her. I don't know why, but they never did. And I swear, I saw it firsthand. She told me about it. But like when she was a
Learn
child,
this-
like she went to the chicken, like a petting zoo or whatever, and the chickens attacked her, and she would be
I know
like,
why.
if there was geese, they would just beat the shit out of her and stuff, and like pigeons would fly at her and stuff. I don't know. Birds fucking hated this girl.
I know why.
Why?
She had the spirit of the condor.
Really?
No, she knew this one easy trick to fly. Birds hate her. It's
Oh,
Hmm.
they don't want you to know.
I
Yeah, they
think
don't
I
want you to
understood
know the
either
secret
of
on
those
how to fly.
references.
You don't know the doctors hate them reference.
Also, mine wasn't a reference. It was just a silly way to say a thing.
Ah, all right.
I do
Fair.
that sometimes.
I really
enough.
thought it was a reference, Nick.
Thought it was
I
a
figured,
reference that I
predator
didn't
bird,
understand.
maybe they don't want to, like, get involved with the predator bird, so they want to kill it. before it kills them.
That's fair. Yeah.
I could see a really good image with like the fade out with Nick and like I saw those tweets like you in the space and something about dicks. It was hilarious, but just that, but Spirit of the Condor and like it faded out picture of a condor.
Yeah, just Nick thing.
Yep.
It's weird. It's a weird world.
Anyway.
So you guys want to talk for like another 2 hours, or
I don't know.
I gotta
It's
record
fucking-
some shit.
yeah, we should like
to do.
record some other stuff too, because
Yeah.
this is just gonna be one video.
Yeah.
It's true.
You guys should like tell us that you like the series still, because I don't know. We've all had varying degrees of success with this series at this point, and we've been brainstorming and discussing possible avenues of where to take this, if anywhere. So if you're still enjoying things, please be sure to let us know. We value it very much, and the fact that you made it through all of this is also pretty astounding. So you deserve as big a thumbs up as you could give us.
Yeah, if
And
you
it
made
goes
it to
both
the end of
ways.
the video, type blunderbutts in the
Blunderbutts.
Yeah.
As if it was blunderbuss, but replace the bus with butts.
Exactly. See, that's why. See, people like maybe they'll see one guy say blunderbutts and they'll be like, oh, okay, that's probably just something I don't know.
But now you know we're not going to get any actual meaningful criticism. It's just going to be people writing blunderbutts.
Okay,
Blunderbutts,
at
yeah.
the beginning of your meaningful comment, or
There you
at the end, post blunderbutts.
Blunderbutts, right? Yeah, obviously.
Beginning or end.
Well, I mean, we don't know if people maybe we'll just hear no feedback and not know if anybody ever got to the end, and be like, oh,
Yeah, that would be another easy way to tell.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't think about that. All right, well, we'll
Exactly.
see how it goes.
Yeah. So feedback, board games, podcast, boobies.
Uh-oh,
Things
you
like
said
that.
the P word. Everybody run.
Boobies are an option now?
Boobies
we
are
didn't,
definitely
That
an
wasn't
option.
on the table before.
Oh, it was. Yeah, I don't know. I remember talking about just changing our channels to a Pornhub account instead.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about if we could just get into porn, that would be way easier.
Oh, actually, I was making a joke. But yes, that was something that we did legitimately talk about. So that was the thing. Yeah, I forgot about that.
We were joking, by the way. In case you missed.
No, we weren't.
We weren't really, though.
Anyways, see you guys later. Thanks for watching Magic Blunderbutts. Bye.
Meh.
This is Alpaca Patrol signing out. Peace, fools.